there's a Shadow Demon against you. So of course, Nigma, they're a very capable team of doing two things at once, jumping the backlines with the Night Stalker and the front lines with Magnus and Skyrat, or vice versa. But basically, this Shadow Demon needs to be controlled. If he isn't, which isn't that easy, honestly. If he isn't controlled, he uses Purge on Night Stalker, he becomes very underwhelming in fights. As his whole shtick is to be able to fly around mercilessly and to hunt down players. And also his silence doesn't last forever, so the bubble usually tends to save a target.
Speaking of said silence, the threat of that silence has caused TA2000 to deviate away from getting the unfettered. He's got the rage, gonna rely on his support of 1J to hex a target, whilst Panto stays him with the disruption, comes out with the rage. That's going to be his protection in the middle of these fights.
Boo.
In tandem, of course, with the Dawnbreaker save. I mean, I'm trying to be conciliatory. I'm very unhappy about this, but it's a safe play. It makes sense.
Boo. I wanted to see the other one. New tech is always more fun. I mean, more or less new tech. But okay, I respect it. He goes for the rage. We'll see how it works. We'll also see what he goes for. Is it some Radiance with maybe even some Manta into TA? What's the build gonna be like? These kind of items are good versus TA, good versus Night Stalker, good versus Sky as well, and the CM. Of course, I'm looking a bit too far forward.
I'm feeling for this game some Armlet, SNY, and then you decide. Or even if you don't go Armlets, SNY feels very good here.
Really, even versus the AoE silence from Night Stalker? I mean, it's good versus RP, I absolutely agree.
If you're playing Rage, Lifestealer, if you're getting AoE silenced by the Lifestealer, that's like something has gone very wrong at that point in the fight already. And you're relying on at that point, Shadow Demon should disrupt you. You can immediately Rage, even because the tick of the Shadow Demon with the disruption allows you to actually get off the Rage before the Night Stalker silence. So it shouldn't really be happening anyway. So for the rest of the team, I think the SNY could be really good.
Okay. I'm down. I want to see what he goes for. TA2000, definitely a capable and very aggressive safe laner. Noob
gonna get caught out right now. He's in a little bit of trouble in the middle of the river. Well, listen, you're an old man. You remember the early rules of Dota? What they said about this river: never cross the river in the early game. Regrettably, Noob gets caught out by himself, gets killed off. And the worst part about this, not that he dies, but the Hawk getting that first blood. I feel like this is not a game you want to be giving up early farm to this Dawnbreaker. She can really make or break your early initiations as Nigma.
Yeah, you absolutely never want to give her first blood. I feel like it's one of those heroes that, I mean, most offlaners you don't want to feed first blood this early on too. They just start the game with the Bracer. Basically what happened to Dawnbreaker right now. She's coming to the lane with the Bracer and it just feels good.
Well, we'll see how things pan out in the early game. Mid lane, Sumail versus the Monkey King on his Magnus. Is this going to be yet another lane where Sumail ends up dominating despite any kind of reasonable sense?
We'll see the last hits and how they work, in whose favor. I feel like with Magnus you should be able to have a decent time at least, even though Monkey owns most melees. You have to be careful versus Mag because he has a lot of burst. You should see the last hits soon on the game stats as well. Because on the bot lane, so far, TA2000 not really doing all that hot. 2 last hits on the Lifestealer, but it's only the early stages, of course.
You did outline how tough this lane could be. He does have Rage, of course, but can easily just get himself silenced up by Omar. Life can be tough here, but he just wants to try and get his farm up. We'll see what he decides to do in terms of itemization. Hasn't made up his mind just yet. Disruption out onto the Skywrath Mage. Maybe gonna close him down. They get the open wounds out onto Omar. Lots of damage flying out onto him with the illusions as well. Couple more right clicks is all they need, but Noob found the body blocks in front of this Lifestealer. prevents the kill from happening on the Skyrath Mage.
Good body blocks, and also there was one extra thing that happened there that I didn't count on. Panto missed mana. He didn't have enough mana for another one. Monkey trying to get away, he should be able to. Yeah, but basically he didn't have enough mana for another Shadow Poison, so he popped it on, I believe, 3. If he had 4, that's a kill. Like, you get so much more damage out of the 4th tick. And of course, Shield of Sion actually doing some work. Not a lot of it, but it did work a bit.
As we always say, Dota 2 a game of margins. This time favorable towards making Galaxy to keep the Skyrath alive. And how's the top lane going on? GH making sure to support his TA as much as possible. TA, she's going to get her CS. At the same time, the Hawk is obviously going to get his CS, so not really too much happening in the top side of the map. Mid lane, Farm is being traded. Monkey King is behind, but I think we've come to expect that at this point. That Sumail will always just get a better lane.
Yeah, unfortunately, not a better skewer was used there.
They might actually lose the Shadow Demon. He's fine. He's cool.
He's fine, yeah. They have some very long silences, by the way, on their side. Skyrath has, I believe, the longest point-and-click silence and the longest AoE, more or less, unless you count maybe Static Storm or something. 6 seconds on one and 6 seconds on the other. That's like that's a lot of time to be silenced. 1J top.
Not grenade. They should kill him, but there might be some revenge from the Hawk. Starbreaker's out. Refraction is back online though. So Miracle Gucci doesn't even pop it. Just flexing on his opponent, letting him know there's nothing you can do.
Yeah, this is a kill that I kind of didn't expect. The Hawk had a really good start, and they were constantly keeping Miracle low. Expected maybe a bit of a better play from them, but
they're actually gonna jump back in onto GH as soon as 1J returns to the lane. Yeah. I mean, they do have the level 2 Earth Spike, so have the damage and the duration to make sure the kill happens.
Absolutely, and that's basically the reason why I thought they were the ones that were supposed to get that initial kill. TA.
Oh, they're actually going back in onto TA. Miracle falling very low. Starbreaker onto the Templar Assassin. TA almost dead. She will survive. In the meantime, mid, Sumail and Monkey King just doing a little bit of beef, but doesn't come as close as this Miracle kill. Almost. But now that he has the refraction back up, he's going to turn his attention back towards 1J. Unfortunately, they pop the refraction very, very quickly. Still leads into a death onto the TA. And now they're bringing Sumail up. Skyrath Mage ends up losing his life. Frostbite onto Dahak. They want this kill. Sumail skewering forward. Has the shockwave. Dragging Dahak back in. The Dawnbreaker still alive for now. Goes in with the Celestial Hammer. But Miracle, last minute with the secondary refraction, able to keep himself alive in that engagement.
That was very well calculated. That Jabate, oof, that could have backfired so heavily. But it doesn't, and now suddenly after a first blood and all that the Hawk had, this is a game in which TA is level 5 and the Hawk is level 3. Only gets level 4 now. And he gets the level 4. Like, it could have been so much better for them. Cool start to the lanes.
It's a fun start to the lanes, but the CS advantage just still lie within the side of CHIMERA. Lifestealer CSing quite well. Monkey is out CSing the Magnus. Even the Hawk currently out CSing the Night Stalker, but like you said, these kills could be the difference maker. But we will also see what these first initial rotations look like. Nice deny from 1J onto the Illusion Rune. Sumail will be denied a replenishment on his bottle, but he does have 3 bottle charges anyway, so he's cool.
Yeah, he's absolutely fine. He's gonna get level 6 as well. If it was some good active rune that he could use for another additional gank, sure, but like this, it didn't really hurt him that much. Lifestealer is going Radiance, by the way. That's one thing that I've noticed, and Miracle is going for a Dragon Lance first, not a Dezo that he had queued up.
Might actually be able to kill Omar. He's attempting to TP out. He makes it. Not enough damage just yet. No items available for the damage. What do you feel about this Radiance on this Lifestealer here? My concern is that normally TAs don't really mind buying MKB regardless. What's your feeling?
I think you kind of have to go for it. Like when we talked about it earlier, top lane, the hack, yeah, he manages to get away. Lorinov will steal their, well, will not steal their wisdom, will steal their Skyrad though. Can they actually kill him here? I don't think they can. Can they?
Let's see. He's level 6 right now. Hasn't put up points into the Wukong, so they might be able to chase him down. Does have some help coming in from Panto, so that should dissuade them from going for the full chase. I think if he was all alone, he could have died, but not with the reinforcements this close to the lane.
If it's level 5, Noob. If he's level 5 on Night Stalker, level 3 Void, maybe he gets the kill. But like this, he might be the one that they go on.
Yep, they're turning his attention onto him. The Lifestealer's here, full HP at the ready. They're trying to run down Noob. Lots of poison stacks. One more could be the death knell. It's 4 at this moment in time, and Panto pops them. And they will be able to find the kill. Lorinov didn't vacate the area. He's back in, but he might lose his life here. Disruption saves him at the very last moment. GH and Omar getting zoned away, and by some miracle, Lorinov allowed to TP back to the fountain.
Yeah, that miracle is called the teleport scroll. Both the TA and the Magnus didn't use it down bottom. Magnus didn't have it, and Miracle just didn't want to. But they desperately needed a +1. Unfortunate, they got punished, even though at least they could have gotten a kill on the Monkey King. Mid lane, Smail.
There's been a little bit of danger here, as you
get
combined up with the stuns. The Mountain Strike is there, and nobody is in to save him in time. So it's only a little bit, brother, because he already finished his power trade. He has the arcade rune. It's not so bad.
Yeah, have that copium. The reason why they killed him so easily, though, is that Monkey King didn't die bottom, and because of him not dying bottom, he completed both the phases and Orb of Corrosion. Now he actually starts to hurt. Like, all you need from the laning stage are these 2 items, and you can already start making moves on the map.
As soon as you say that, Lorinov gets the memo, smokes up with the Lion. They're going to try and make a kill happen. He's far forward than 1J. Unfortunately for them, Noob already retreating to the safety of the triangle. Doesn't seem like they're able to catch up to him. 1J does scout him out, but not going to be in time for them to go for the chain initiation. While Lorinov is still going to go forward, Noob does get off the crippling fear. They're putting in some pressure. Boundless Strike is out, and Noob is actually just straight up dead. Lorinov, like you mentioned, doing so much damage, but now they're going to try and exploit the hack. Going on to him, Sumail is here. Does have RP at the ready. The trap slowing down. RP misses. Rare mistake coming in from the King in the mid lane, and then the finger of death from 1J deletes JH from the map. CHIMERA Esports, baby, turning the pressure up everywhere here in Game 1.
They're just destroying them at this point. Everything that happened there just hurts. You know, it's like there are some plays that are misplays and that are like whatever, but when you cast an RP that way and then you get fingered on the retreat, and then you're losing a tier 1 tower on bot lane, by the way. As well. CHIMERA are, yeah, they're stepping it up. Let's see if Noob, once he gets this level 6, can utilize the first Knight. But, okay, so in previous games, at least Sumail has a really good time, and then he starts making moves on the map. This time around, he isn't really having a good time. He's 0-1-1. It's not the worst game, but it's not great. He's lower net worth than the enemy offlane. And Miracle is actually itemizing very actively. He's not going for some Dezo, he's going D-Lance into a Blink. I think this is okay, but if this backfires and they don't get a couple of things done with it, Noob.
See if they live through this. Crippling Fear out. He is surrounded by 3 heroes, and Crippling Fear, long as stun as it is not infinite. A little bit of some misplay there.
Yeah.
Disruption allows Noob to dodge the Bound to Strike, but it won't matter in the end. Lorinov, nonetheless, finishes him off. This Orb of Corrosion paying massive dividends, and that kill pretty much halves his progress towards getting the Maelstrom for himself.
Yeah, that was a bit sad to see, like the way they bubbled into the Boundless Strike. But at the same time, they did get the kill, so CHIMERA should be very happy. Maybe a smoke from GH and the boys, but these 2 supports are only level 5. They need level 6 on Sky. Even on Crystal Maiden it's not bad, but they want to smoke instead.
They do have Dark Ascension, but they're 200 gold shy of having Blink Dagger on the Magnus. Nonetheless, he finds a very good shockwave. Here's the Crippling Fear coming in. Hex out onto the Nice Local, but they still get the silence onto Panto. Beautiful Earth Spike from 1J into a Dawnbreaker, showing off with the Solar Guardian. TA2000
nice
rushing
RP.
forward with the Rage, but Sumail finds the Rage onto 2. Unfortunately, the Infest Bomb provides enough damage for them to kill off the Magnus. Finger of Death ends the life of Noob.
The
And now
Purge.
Miracle finding himself purged by the Shadow Demon. Starbreaker onto both him and GH. Boundless
And
Strike
the
kills
Maiden.
GH. The right click kills Miracle. 4 heroes crumble before our very eyes. Nigma Galaxy overran by CHIMERA, who don't even lose a single hero in that team fight.
I hope you understand just the gravity of the situation and how huge this fight was and what it meant for Nigma. This was a triple smoke when your 2 supports are level 5, just because you understand the game is just... You're losing it. And you're losing the grip on the game. So you give it your all, you try to smoke up, but it backfires so heavily. CHIMERA, they have too many layers of defensive tools to use. Like, they used the bubble, the impale was perfect on 3, the rage is there as well, the infest is there as well, of course, to help someone out, and on top of everything else, Solar Guardian. They will lose the Panto Shadow Demon in the end, but a small consolation prize for Nigma.
I mean, fam, at this point in time, if they had waited 30 seconds, Sumail would have had Blink Dagger. Imagine if that fight has the Blink Dagger onto the high ground, Skewer onto their high ground, and then they take the fight in that location. But unfortunately, they went just a little, literally 200 gold before that point was able to happen. I mean, the RP was decent, but it also happened before Miracle was able to arrive, right? Like, imagine the RP happens whilst the TA is there.
So to like rationalize their way of moving is you had to make that move because you're just dying on lanes. You're dying wherever you show up. There was no more space on the map. These moves by the Monkey King were constant, so you couldn't really justify staying AFK and farming, unfortunately. In any case, yeah, let's see.
He's about to get another kill because they have found Noob. He's trying to run himself away. Boundless Strike holds him in position. 1J ensures that he's not going to go anywhere. Man, these heroes are just crumbling. What are you supposed to do right now?
Oh, the TP, even Sumail is just too late.
Sumail try to get the skewer. They will still get Panto though. So at least that's something, you know? It's not going to be a failed adventure in its entirety.
I mean, this Radiance is back. Miracle can't even utilize the refraction completely now, but okay, manages to get back. This Radiance is on a really decent timing, by the way. Minute 14, Radiance phases. Your Monkey is also pretty damn big. Maelstrom probably gonna get that Gleipnir, even though I've seen... Oh, Lorinov!
Lorinov might actually die here. Yet again, a very nice Earth Spike from 1J, but it's not going to be good enough. This could potentially open up a Roshan attempt because Noob wants to chase down 1J as well. Crippling Fear out from the Nice Stalker. Panto here to look for salvation, potentially with the disruption, but unfortunately the RP comes out. Both supports dead. Double kill for Miracle.
Yep. Panto just gave them a bonus one. This should be a tier 1 tower. Going for Rosh is possible, but maybe a bit too greedy at the moment. And they're slowly but steadily crawling themselves back into the game. Omar?
Dota2, baby.
Maybe TP?
Omar.
No?
There's going to be open wounds, trying to chase down the Skywrath Mage. Omar not dead just yet. Sumail saving him. Skewer back. The Dawnbreaker will come in with the Solar Guardian, but it's not going to help out. TA2000 already dead. Now Dahak having to flee himself away, but Lorinov trying to open up the fight on the background. Wukong's command closing off the area. They kill off GH. But in exchange for TA2000, that's a trade Nigma Galaxy will take all day, every day.
Yeah, absolutely. A very good trade for them. They get... Who got the kill, by the way? GH got it, unfortunately, but still, it's a very good trade. Slowing down this Lifestealer and punishing his, on paper, first big mistake. Just trying a bit... Of course you're gonna go for the Skywrath. I really can't even call that a mistake. Like, you have a Radiance phase, the Skywrath goes on you, of course you're gonna run him down. Gotta be careful though, because it's not only the silences from the Night Stalker and the Skywrath, it's also the shard from the TA. So they're just going all in onto this, and it's definitely paying off right now. keep in mind that these traps are the main reason why all of these plays from Nigma were possible. They scouted the monkey under the twin gate, they scouted him in the trees. They didn't scout out this player Noob, unfortunately. 1J gets one easy kill. 900 damage.
Stacks going for the Lion. Easy. Before even... Bro, this is so nice. By the time he gets level 12, this finger's going to do so much damage.
I mean, yeah, 3 stacks already. It's good that he's not like some players, you know, keeping it in his pocket. He's actually firing that finger every time he can. So TA2000 will try to get rid of some of the silences with the Manta. Lion is particularly interesting to me on the items for the bongo boots, by the way. It's kind of cool, right? Like versus the traps, versus Crystal Maiden, versus Night Stalker.
Yeah. I mean, they probably recognize that there's not that much out-and-out disable on the Nigma Galaxy lineup, so having that additional movement speed in the fights, I like this. I always like bongo boots quite a lot, honestly. Also some free attack speed with the Lifestealer in these engagements, so that nobody has to build an AC necessarily immediately.
Yeah, it definitely helps. Definitely helps. In some games, bongo boots, they look just amazing, like made for a game. We'll see if he buys them instantly or if he waits, because he's kind of close to the blink as well, right? Like it's. Let's see in 5 gold.
Well, before that, we're gonna see this first fight. RP going out onto the TA2000 Lifestealer, but he got off the raid first and foremost. They turn their attention back onto Magnus. Mag is down. Still though, crippling fear flying in. Noob almost killing off the Lifestealer. Disruption will save him for now, but he should still end up falling. However, Larnov opens up the fight with a massive Wukong Summon. Kills off GH, forces away the rest of Nigma Galaxy. They are trying to flee. Larnov is a major threat. Despite killing off TA2000, he is much more dangerous as they find the spawn onto the Skywrath mate, kill him off as well. Larnov turns it into a 3-for-1 affair with a double kill for himself.
It looked like it could have been even worse, but 3-for-1 in the end. I have to give some respect to the Skywrath for silencing the monkey in that last second, because TA, top lane, by the way, Lion, Noob.
Oh no, Lion,
He's this time, right?
100 HP, but he's fine, he's fine.
He's baiting him, right? I think he's baiting him, yeah. Bot lane? What's happening
Panto,
here?
not gonna be so lucky. Yeah. Sumail and Miracle seem to have caught up to Panto. Everybody else retreated from this portion of the fight, but Shadow Demon was caught a little bit lacking. Probably thought he was safe from the tier 1 tower.
Yeah. Nothing, just Monkey King farming away a little bit. He might get caught here if Sumail goes through. I'm not sure. They're just they didn't have these traps on the twin gates, so they didn't have enough info right now. They usually had them, but even though they're 6k behind, which is kind of big, 20 minutes in, they're keeping the game very competitive. Noob, mid lane. Needs to be careful. These supports are getting blinks. Like Shadow Demon has one. Lion just got his as well, yeah. But he's in vision.
He is indeed. Probably going to end up dead here. Oh, what a player. Blinks past Noob. Not going to get caught in the crippling fear. Honestly, Noob could have just heads up died there. That was a close moment for him.
Yeah, he saw him. Like Noob actually saw him with the ward, so they kind of saw each other. Good quick reactions by 1J. But I loved it when you were talking about items. You mentioned Armlet SNY, but it's the Night Stalker actually that's gonna go for that build. So I kind of respect this because they did play the position 1 Night Stalker earlier, and they played it also with Magnus, and he dished out so much damage with Sumail just constantly empowering. So cool idea.
We're going to see a battle of ideas soon because Roshan is back, ready to be taken. And he's going to be taken first and foremost. Well, not back, but the first Roshan of the game with an AD rune available on the TA will be Nigma Galaxy. Most TA games, the power spike is Roshan number 2, so CHIMERA Esports probably not worried about the game ending immediately, but no way to counter this one. Going to be a tough time right now dealing with this.
No, for them, I feel like even just taking it and staying alive, maybe going for the Tormentor, you know, these are all the proper good moves in the right direction. You're basically waiting for the TA to get some sort of mobility besides the blink. She's going for the Pike, and Pike helps so much versus the Monkey and the Life Stealer.
You see Sumail also closing in on having a Yasha and Kaya. No BKB inside just yet from him, but we haven't actually seen any BKBs from Nigma Galaxy at all.
How do you feel about the Monkey Manta, by the way, as well? Like, they're all inning on dealing with TA. Of course, some silences as well, but you can't justify buying Manta for the silences only this game, because there's also AoE silence from Night Stalker. There's RP as well that you have to worry about, but...
Personally, I feel it's more justified on Monkey King than Lifestealer. Monkey hasn't really been like the first person. I mean, like, yeah, because the way that these fights have been unfolding, Monkey is very rarely the first person in the fight. We'll talk about it in a second, because Monkey dropping down the Wukong's command. They've put Noob inside it, Hex out as well. The Dawnbreaker ult will not connect onto him. On the high ground, there's the freezing field from GH. There's a 4v5 engagement because they did manage to blow up Panto, barely keeping Noob alive.
That was so close, because Finger was up and available. The Impale was once again pretty damn good, solid, but the Finger wasn't there. It just didn't get used. Yeah, I
but like that fight was sort of an example of what I'm talking about. Think about how late the Monkey King got there. Like, he was allowed to just sit there, Wukong's very far away, thrown on a Boundless, barely took any damage.
Yeah, he was in position. I mean, sure, he's actually maybe caught now, and the Manta does make a lot of sense into traps. That's one thing that I need to admit I wasn't thinking about. The traps are too cheap and too easy, and he can always get caught by them, so you can Manta off and 3-dance. Plus, you can deal with TA a bit with the Mantas. Okay, yeah, it does make sense. He does have a gem now, so they invested. They just understand how important it is to deal with these traps. Because they literally, that one single mechanic can win you this game.
I will say something that's becoming very scary is this TA scaling and scaling in damage. She has the Deso, Hurricane Pike, Grove Bow, Blink, and she's starting to build into having that Daedalus, which is going to be very, very scary. And all of this, of course, precludes having Empower on top of her, which makes it even crazier. But they're smoked up on the side of Chimera. They're going to come through this twin gate. Let's see if they catch up to Nigma.
Yeah, they do have an infested Monkey King as well with the shard, so he can get himself in very deep very quickly. Skyrat, that's an easy one.
Free kill on the Skyrat Mage. Lauren off on the high ground. He can't get off the Wukongs just yet. Crippling Fear stopped them for a second. But Nigma seemingly do not have a real appetite for this fight. Will very wisely retreat away from this.
I feel like Sumail got clipped by something and he couldn't blink. It was probably the Boundless Strike. Like, he wasn't able to... he had everything ready if he wanted to jump in, but at the same time, that was probably not the best position to jump in. You already lost your Sky, and you didn't really have vision on Shadow Demon properly. Massive 2. What up with them? What up with Nigma?
Now what with this Aegis, right? So you have this Aegis, but you're still not able to reliably and successfully... Like, you don't feel like you're the aggressor on the map, right? Despite having the Aegis. So what's the next play?
Well, absolutely they're not. Let's see what the next play is. They do have the RP, they have the Skyrat ult that they could use at any point. But their time, I would maybe think, is ticking a little bit because of the Aghanims that is just completed by the Hawk. So now you have the Aghs to worry about as well on this Dawnbreaker. So it's gonna be easy to kill any of these guys.
No Blink Dagger just yet on Noob, but they still have one on Sumail. Panto reaching forward, but neither of these teams have great vision. Panto's going to be the first one to fall here. Should be a fairly straightforward kill. Can they get more? They get 1J. Loranov just wants to leap himself away. Hurricane Pike was out, but uses the Aghanim shot, Boundless Strike to get himself away. Still falling very low, but will drop the Wukongs behind him to cover the retreat. Loop really wants to chase, but unfortunately does not have a Blink Dagger to aid in this effort. We'll have to let these heroes go.
Yeah, he'd really like to have a Blink Dagger right there, but he doesn't. Fortunately for them, minute 28 is coming, so that's an opportunity to perhaps steal this Wisdom Rune if they remain around, but nighttime is done. That is Dark Ascension, right? So, gonna move back. Panto is making some very interesting circles on the map. You know, when it's one circle, it's fine. When it's like 10 circles, it might be a little bit of tilt as well. He did die a couple of times in a row.
Well, he's trying to get his get back right now. Him and the homies are smoked up. Miracle right in front of them. Tier 2000 season, but Miracle does have a Blink Dagger. He's all safe.
Here.
On the right hand side though, they go on to this Monkey King Loranov. He's going to end up dying here. A massive streak given away.
They could
so
fight
much
this.
gold. And they could still fight this though. Omar getting turned around upon. There's going to be the Starbreaker. They stun him up. They kill him. GH had the Frostbite onto Tier 2000, but he rages. CP's out. In the meantime though, 1J not going to be so lucky. Does get the Earth Spike onto 2, but Sumail's on the other side. Has the right click damage. And CHIMERA Esports, despite the fact that they're enjoying this net worth advantage, slowly but steadily, Liz, they've been feeding Nigma some very important kills.
I have to applaud Nigma for one thing. Like, of course, this all started because of Panto mid. This all started because of Monkey being a bit overzealous, trying to get that kill on Skyrat, gets punished for it. But truly, like Magnus had RP the whole time, and he didn't go for the Dawn and the Lifestealer. Instead, he just satisfied. He was just satisfied with the Lion kill, which is, I don't know. I feel that they could have gotten even more, but it's a very good exchange for them, regardless.
That exchange is also going to bring them towards having the Bloodthorn. Another silence for this poor Lifestealer to have to worry about. Man, you might need BKB at this point. It's tough, man.
He's many things, but he isn't necessarily poor. He does have a Nullifier, and he's gonna go for a Bloodthorn of his own. So basically just hoping on Shadow Demon's Bubble. And one extra thing that they need is they definitely need a Shard in Panto. I think that would be helpful, right? Like getting that Demonic Cleanse, like one of the better things for this game. Look at the smoke top though.
Nigma Galaxy, they might be able to find the Dawnbreaker here, and Dahak gonna get caught out. RP will interrupt the Starbreaker. They should be able to find this kill. They also get the vision onto 1J on the high ground. Noob, she'll be able to find him, easily bring him down. As he dies though, on the other side of the fight, Loranov and the crew were hoping to try and find an assassination on the backlines. Not only do they fail, that they might lose additional heroes. Tier 2000 barely TPs out, but Panto not so lucky. He dies 3 for nothing. Nigma Galaxy not just back in this game, but feel like they are yet again dictating proceedings, despite having lost the Aegis before they got aggressive.
Yeah, they lost the Aegis, but this TA slaps right now with the Daedalus Dezo Enchanted Quiver as well. And that one hit that she gets, the initial one, almost blows up the support. Just a very good smoke and a really good heads-up play by Noob to cut any possible counterattack immediately.
Yeah. The question is now, if you're CHIMERA, and now that the situation has somewhat slipped out of your hands, what's your best next play? Do you start thinking about BKBs? Do you want to contest the next Aegis? What do you do next?
Gotta ask this god on Lion to start ravaging people again, because that's how they were winning all the early engagements. He was literally ravaging with Impale. Like, one problem that I see is Wukong's command, nothing's holding them in it. They just run away every single fight. And same goes for the Dawnbreaker and Herald. Like, they just go away. They just move away. Oh, Manta... not Manta, just Illusion Bait.
They're not going to fall for it. I mean, you were mentioning earlier on in the game when you finished the Maelstrom that you would prefer the Gleipnir over having Mjolnir. And this is probably the result of that, right? Not as much disable as they'd like.
My idea was actually Gleipnir before Manta even. That's what I thought was necessary. I thought he needed Gleipnir and then maybe Manta or BKB, whatever he opts to go for. But as he went for Manta, they would just move away. I'm not saying that this one singular item decision completely ruined them, but I feel like Gleipnir could have been a bit more useful in some of these fights at least.
A very scary moment has just emerged. MKB is available on this Templar Assassin. Also, Noob is not that far away from having a nullifier of his own. So these are major item timings for Nigma as they're heading towards the north side. They want to contest this Roche. The big man is available and he is sticking to the nighttime on the dire side for another 2.5 minutes. What do you do as Chimera to fight this? Nighttime, Darkness Session triggered out by Noob. Trying to get the vision onto Chimera. Does have this gem. Removing their wards. Laying down some TA traps in the meantime as well.
They are just running away to the next set of wards. At least they have them.
Oh, they're trying to, but the RP finds two with the Monkey King as well as the Lion. And the TA2000 Lifestealer was inside these heroes. So he is also going to be losing his life. All of a sudden isolated, trying to get himself away from this engagement. 1J trying to stand his ground. Mana draining with the spell immunity is not going to help him out. TA2000, as he's seen his allies evaporate before his very eyes, he sees his prospects of survival do the same. 4 heroes full. What a time to get an RP by Sumail yet again. The mid lane of Nigma bringing them to victory.
Yeah, he just read them perfectly. Some combo wombo was for Dota Cinema, what's it called? Symphony of Fails, right? The RP into Mystic Flare, into getting skewered out of Mystic Flare. Unfortunately, I think that bug is still in the game. Like, I literally cannot see Mystic Flare any of my games. It's invisible. Like, I literally haven't seen Mystic Flare in the last, I don't know, year and a half. It just doesn't work on my screen. And it's not only me. I know there are other players as well that have the same issue. But in any case, very good RP. Wukong's command was way too late. Monkey already died. This Aghanims from Dawnbreaker that I was hyping up literally is doing nothing when it comes to saving targets. It's either too late or too underwhelming. Just way too much damage being dished out by this TA at the moment.
Not the first time that we've seen a team struggle to utilize Dawnbreaker against Nigma Galaxy. I think part of it as well is, you know, we were talking in the previous series about some of these heroes that have repositioning tools, like the Magnus. Like him just being able to constantly, the priority target, just being drawn away from the fight, or even the hero that's jumping in, doesn't necessarily stay there. Makes it very hard for the Dawn to find these clean initiations, on top of what we were talking about earlier with the lack of overall quick, clean jump that holds heroes in position for that spell.
Yeah, overall, we go back in circles to the same point, right? Just how do you hold them in position? How do you keep them contained for any of your damage to actually work? Like, what do you need? You need like an Aghanims and Shadow Demon or something, you know, get 3 purges out there.
We also have reached that point in the game that you were alluding to earlier. Noob, SNY, Armlet, Nullifier, Phase Boost, Palisword. This man hits really hard, even before he gets access to the Empower.
So. Absolutely, this is one of those Night Stalkers. Chad Stalker. It's not your Stalker with Echo Saber, minute 35. And 1 or 2 bracers, you know. Sumail top.
Does get the drag back in onto the Dawnbreaker. Mystic Flare, we actually get to see it this time. Well, I don't know if you got to see it, but
I didn't.
Definitely Dahak did. He felt that damage to his face and he goes back to the fountain.
I saw that he was taking damage. I didn't see it on the ground. Mid lane.
They get onto this Night Stalker, burst them down. TA2000, Infest Bomb with the life on Lion, but might not be over just yet. Lauren off with the Wukong's command. They get the kill onto Noob. But 1J also dies. Doesn't fully feel like it's going to be
Miracle
the
is
best
here.
situation for them to escape because Miracle is on the way. But if they can get out of here, it can feel very good. Omar finding the slows with the TA stuns, the slows, the silencers. Panto's gone. Look at TA 2000 trying to get himself away. Miracle opting to chase him and almost killed him. But he's going to be fine in the end. It
Larnov?
looked like it might have been okay. Larnov? No way he dies here, right? He should be fine.
Yeah, he was actually just waiting to creep skip. He wanted to kill this next wave that's coming in, so to prevent them from pushing, but he got scouted by the trap. Such a good heads-up play by Nigma to understand where he's gonna be. Like, strategically, these kind of plays make all the difference. And this push wouldn't be possible without that.
RP coming in from Sumail, dragging these heroes beyond the Solar Guardian. Miracle trying to dish out the damage. Secondary RP will be there, but Larnov this time around has an amazing Wukong's command. They kill off Sumail. Massive streak going the way of the Hawk. Infest Bomb coming back out onto Miracle with the Nullifier on top of him. Tries to stay alive with the Hurricane Pike, but it's not going to help him out. Does end up dead, but he does have a second life. In the meantime, Omar finds the stun and the silencers onto the Monkey King. Monkey is gone. Miracle, life number 2, trying to survive. TA 2000 wants to chase down this TA. The Meld Bash, putting TA 2000 too far away from the actual TA. He infests into the Hawk, trying to escape away from this fight. Panto cannot find the disruption onto Noob. Noob flapping his wings, hoping to maybe blink back in, but will opt against it. Nigma Galaxy lose Sumail, they lose the life of the Templar Assassin, but still gain quite a lot in the process. A dieback from the Lion as well as a kill on the Monkey King.
Yeah, and just a very good fight from them. I would say, okay, the RP might have worked against them a little bit because it led them on top of Miracle, which allowed them to kill him in the first place. In the end, the Wukong's command was pretty damn well placed, but Noob came back to the fight just on time. Like, he was dead from the previous engagement. He came back with that AoE silence just in time to prevent a secondary kill on TA. So if you're Nigma, I feel like you're satisfied, but if you're Chimera, like, you don't lose the side. Sure, you lose your Lion twice, but overall you played into Aegis and you held. So you get to fight another day, and you get to fight versus Nigma without an Aegis, which is much easier to do, right?
Also, although you took a lot of damage onto your tier 3 tower, you managed to keep it alive in the end. And the only buyback expended was on 1J. It sucks that he died back as well, but you know, sometimes it's better to get the dieback out the way quickly. So that's gone, not going to be a factor for the upcoming fight.
Yeah, the only problem is Sumail with this refresher, he already has RP up. So if they initiate here on someone...
1J though, he's going to be the one. He tried to initiate, but the trap silence catches him before he finds the stun. RP only catches Panto. In the meantime though, Sumail's the one that's in trouble. TA 2000 came out with the infest. They've lost their supports, but they still want to fight. However, now that they have the rage finished, TA 2000 trying to run away, crippling fear of Noob, chasing down the lifestealer, and they are able to kill him. The Hawk also ends up dead. Moma making sure that he has the double kill damage. Larnov forced to leap himself away across the map. And a 4-for-1 engagement in favor of Nigma Galaxy.
Yeah, I'm just laughing because this Skyrat, his mind was set on the courier. So basically one chicken chasing another, trying to get that gem that was dropped on the ground. By the way, these four staffs and the bongo boots from the two supports are making a huge difference in fights, because all you have on Radiant are melee heroes, or melee cores, that is. Like your Lifestealer, Monkey, and Dawnbreaker. So this TA, she has a pike and you have two 4-staffs on the supports. Yeah, sure, they get on top of Miracle, but in an instant he's away. He's out of there, right? And he also has Ogre Seal Totem, so everything is in mobility on him. And okay, you lose Sumail, but you're always willing to pay that price.
Yep. Especially when RP is already down. Mid laner Rax now under siege. They will be taken away as a similar way as the bottom one was. And they really don't want to buy back right now. You're in that super awkward situation. You don't want to buy back, you don't want to live, but you might be forced to do so anyway. At the very least, Nigma Galaxy will show some respect. But they're just going to retreat, wait for Sumail to come back in, give the Empower to Miracle, dealing a casual 500 damage before crits. Nice and normal.
Imagine if you had a BKB. I wonder who that is for. I'm sure it's not for anyone on Nigma. They do have a BKB now on Monkey King, so Lorenov can utilize that in the next fight. But the problem is they need to find the right angle to start these fights off. And Noob, look at him. He's just going YOLO in.
Radiant are scanning.
They know now. They shouldn't be caught. They know exactly where they are.
Yeah. He even short blinks. That's how confident he is. 25k net worth lead. Lots of experience in their advantage as well. And they're going for the wrap. Dark Ascension now triggered out by Noob. He wants to blink forward and find some targets. They get the crippling fear out. They're looking for 1J first and foremost. Looks like this Lion will get this drop set to start off with. But at the same time, Sumail skewers the Hawk back into the fight. RP onto multiple heroes. The Dawnbreaker will come in. Buy back Solar Guardian. Trying to save the TA2000 lifestealer as well as the Monkey. They succeed for now. TA2000 using the Aghanim Scepters inside Sumail. Unfortunately, as soon as he comes out right in front of Miracle, who right-clicks him into Oblivion. Godlike streak for the TA. She's just wreaking havoc in this fight. They find the Hawk on the north side, and as they kill him off, CHIMERA Esports throw in the towel. GG, well played is called. Nigma Galaxy take game 1 in these upper bracket finals for the ESL One Raleigh qualifiers.
Nigma, they break CHIMERA's throne. They also break Snare's internet connection, because all I'm hearing is Roboto, unless it's my connection that got banned.
Okay. Another mechanics question. Alright, so let's say I have Aghanim Shard on Grimstroke with the other facet, right? The automatic explosion or the detonation. If I put Inkswell on a target, right? And then Tornado hits that target and I press the Inkswell button at the exact same moment with a strong dispel, which takes priority? The Tornado or the Inkswell?
Ooh, I think the Tornado procs it anyway, so if you press it or you don't press it, it doesn't matter. You won't get to press it if the Tornado connected. So the Tornado procs it and he gets instantly dispelled. You know what I mean? You're gonna get down immediately. I think, but I'm not 100% sure. I think that's the way it should work.
You should have known.
Okay.
A little bit of old chat. Legendary win streak hero.
Some tips being thrown around as well in the early game. Gotta love it.
You should have known better.
Whose nickname in the lobby was Cobra, by the way? Is it TA2000? He is Cyrillic, by the way. He has a Cyrillic nickname, Cobra, and now he's playing a snack as well.
The Hawk right now gonna find himself getting disrupted a bit, but Miracle also taking some damage. The Fine Arts, Soul of Fate will fly in, slowing down the TA, surrounded by these heroes. Unfortunately, it's Panto that grabs the first blood, but nonetheless, it is a dead Templar assassin. Nice stuff coming in from CHIMERA Esports.
Absolutely,
and
3 for 1, by the way. Yeah, 3 for 1 plus first blood. This is an amazing start, but they did get the first blood in the last game too.
But they didn't get 3 bounties in the last game.
That's very true. Omar as well, just getting absolutely demolished on bot lane.
Alright, so talk to me about these lanes. So what are we anticipating happening? Which team is overall favored in this early laning phase?
I don't see them pressuring Lich and Medusa too hard. So bot lane looks very static to me at the moment, unless Panto is out of position. I don't see anyone really falling. On top lane, GH and Miracle, kind of a similar situation. There isn't truly a lot of kill potential on these side lanes. You have this disruption to work with. I'd be very wrong if he steps out of line like that. There's always ability, and this not rocket fast. It is really good for getting these early pickoffs. But yeah, definitely, I expect a calmer laning phase than in game number 1.
So far, does seem to be that way. People just trading some hits, some regen being used up, but no real uber aggressive moves just yet. Mid lane is also relatively even right now. Sumail was drawing ahead earlier, but the catch-up has been there from Laranov. So nice early game. Everyone's chilling. You know, a little bit of a pact was reached after the last game. Both teams are like, geez, guys, we were fighting a bit too hard on that one. Let's relax a bit, you know.
If you look at the way that Nigma have drafted, that's to be expected, right? Like, you expect them to be playing a bit more slowly. You have a Doom.
Noob might actually end up dying here. Blood Grenados drop down onto him. A couple more right clicks is all they need. TA2000 not going to be able to find it, but Panto will be there. Noob will fall on his Doombringer.
He could have lived. I'm pretty sure that he expected not to die from that last hit because he had a salve. Like, if he thinks he dies, he just pops that salve. But then he can't even approach the lane, so maybe it's not even worth it. Maybe dying is the better play here.
Does get to return to the lane with full resources. Unfortunate to lose his life, but on the bright side, it would have been worse if TA2000 fully committed for that chase, but he turned his attention towards Omar. So Medusa at the very least did not get that kill, so that somewhat makes it a little bit better.
Yeah, Medusa not getting too much here, especially because of the noob's neutral creep. Like, it's a really good one versus Medusa, of course. You get mana burn in the lane. Gotta be careful though, he's taking a lot of damage very often here.
He is indeed falling quite low. Does have that salve that you mentioned earlier, so should be able to replenish his HP pool underneath the tier 1 tower. So that'll keep him healthy, but TA2000 will be grateful for a little bit of further space just to get his CS numbers up.
You can see that these lanes, the way they're working is everyone is just getting through each other's resources and that's it. You can't really commit because you don't have kill potential, you don't have the necessary control needed. It's very static at the moment. Shadow Demon stacking a bit. The best hero to do that, of course.
See Laranov just getting a water rune. 1J took the top one because Sumail is playing Wex Invoker, doesn't have any need for such peasant things.
Yeah, he just heals too much. Omar and Panto really duking it out.
They really are. The calling was dropped out as well onto Panto with the blood grenade as well. Omar potentially looking for the chase. Noob is here as well, hoping to get the kill onto the Lich, but Lich too fast. Dropped a Frost Blast out onto this Muerta, but she just runs him down. Didn't even need the mana for the dead shot. Finding the kill. I feel like if he didn't turn around for the Frost Blast, maybe would have not been enough mana with only 2 1-charges on the dead shot.
I mean, to be honest, that range was kind of bullshit as well. That range didn't look proper. But Lich had boots as well. Maybe he could have just ran. 335 movement speed, 295 on Muerta. He probably could have just outran her if he went for it.
Well, let's be honest, we don't play Dota games. We're not Dota players because we are averse to risk. It's part of the reason we enjoy this game.
Absolutely. Absolutely. There are too many players that shy away from any risk in Dota as well, so I'm happy when I see it. Laranov and 1J, I'm not really sure about them taking the Ancients. The hard camp, sure, but the Ancients are probably not gonna happen.
Well, they're busy farming away on the Ancients down bottom. Noob has been left alone a little bit because Muerta is trying to get some stacks up for him so he can farm them later. Get bigger and bigger on the Zero. Hasn't decided just yet the kind of itemization he's going for. Just has the brown boots, raindrops, and a bracer right now. So we shall see if he's going for the drums route, if he wants an early Midas, if he wants a pipe.
I'd be surprised if he doesn't go for that kind of movement and attack speed build that they usually go for. That ATF kind of started mid lane. Lich might be
A little bit of trouble here. There's an EMP burn, but the calling gonna be dropped down a little bit too far away from these heroes on the high ground, so not gonna be enough of a threat. Nigma Galaxy wisely back off.
Yeah, they didn't really have the right angle for that shot, so they didn't use it. Because of that, nothing happens. Minute 7 Wisdom Runes, of course, will force the supports to go there.
Okay, 1J is in position to grab his.
Are scanning.
Should probably see Omar heading towards the side of the map as well. Still very static on the lanes. No one's really trying anything too untoward.
Yeah, I'm sorry that well, I didn't jinx it, right? But it is the way it is. Like these lanes, the way they set them up, it's a set of very greedy heroes. But with the mid lane rotations, maybe something can happen.
Is a power rune spawning in another 40 seconds. So we shall see if either of these two mids decide to deploy it on the side lanes.
Lich.
Lich at the moment falling a little bit low because he's surrounded by 3 heroes and he just gets brought down. GH made his way to the bottom side of the map and they ensure they find that kill onto Panto. Give it towards
Oh,
Noob
look at
as well.
1J. 1J is trying to
1J?
snatch their stacks. Yeah, but he might
is,
actually...
but does he get out with this? Deadshot pushes him towards Miracle. The Inkswell will stun out the Templar Assassin. Bristleback a little bit too far away. Went in for the fine art. Unfortunately, it will not help out. It looked cool, but
I mean,
you know, that's all it does.
he went for the hard camp, actually. He didn't go for a TA. He went to steal the hard camp. What a boss. Unfortunately, once more, he didn't get the last hits on the big creeps, but I still respect the hustle, you know, the attempt to steal the creeps.
Down bottom tier 2000 just trying to build in towards having the Yasha. Panto is here and so is Laranov, so they're looking for an initiation. But Sumail is here as well. But Sumail, Phantom's Embrace directly onto the Invoker. This is a horrendous fight for Nigma. They're losing Sumail with the magnetized damage. TA 2000 with the help of Laranov able to bring him down. Magnetize is going to be good enough and there's nothing to tick out Panto. So they just get the Invoker kill and get out for free.
It was such a perfect rotation by CHIMERA. I'm not sure if they absolutely expected Invoker to be already there, but they had so many players because Grimstroke was TPing to refill the bottle. So he was there right on time to use Phantom's Embrace as well.
Bounty.
Move right now. Does have access to the Doom. Would love to deploy this somewhere on the map, but I'm going to wait a little bit. It would be nice if one of these supports had level 6 first, but could end up being dead because they are surrounding him. That being said, GH will break the initiation, reveals 1J, throws a blood grenade onto him as well. Omar misses with the death shot though, so they can't find this kill. Instead, Laranov reaching back in. They don't manage to get the silence out onto everybody, but they found it onto Noob. They kill off Omar first and foremost, and the first Doom of the game used onto this Earth Spirit. Can they kill him off? They can. Noob though will definitely pay for this one with his life, as he ends up getting brought down. Panto
Walker
with a double kill. 4 kills in this game for this Lich. Unfortunately, he will end up having his life brought down by Sumail, who also gets a tornado out onto 1J, ensures the kill onto the Grimstroke. A 3-for-2 engagement. Nigma Galaxy get the revenge
Miracle?
in this bottom lane.
Look at Miracle. He's trying to steal the
he's doing
Ancients.
oh, nice.
If he manages to, it's nice, right?
Well, I think he will, but the question is, does he get out? As they're chasing him down right now, Laranov is the one that has showed up. Magnetized, going out onto the Templar Assassin, attempting the TP out. No way, Miracle God actually gets back to the base.
Very cool play. I'm not sure just how many of those creeps he did get, but in any case, it's kind of worth it. Forcing Magnetize as well. And just overall, it's a very cool play because he also has a lot of stacks to take in his own jungle.
Well, those stacks are being stolen at the moment because they killed the Omar. Chain Frost from Panto, stealing all of those stacks on the hard cap. There will be a soul bind onto 2. Panto falling very low, but Laranov now going in to try and avenge his homie. Sumail silenced up by the Phantom's Embrace, but they are running out of damage. Miracle showing up now on a Templar Assassin. They get the tornado onto 1J, a couple of hits from TA, and that should lead to the left of the Grimstroke being taken away. So 2 supports traded by either side. Although they did end up taking some of this hard camp stack. Dude, Panto is just actually turning into a carry this game.
That wasn't a small stack. That was a huge stack. That was like at least 4 or 5 stack of hard camp. So, yeah, Lich got a lot of gold. 1100 gold on the Lich, like you said, turning into a carry at this point.
Why does the Lich have the most kills of the entire game?
Yeah, he's chilling. 4 kills. He's just timing his Frost Blasts very nicely, you know. He's not kill stealing at all.
Even better when I fire twice.
Top lane. Looks like we have a little bit of trouble. The Hawk on the Bristleback might be in trouble. I think the Bristleback is dead. They're chasing him.
You think?
Noob is here as well, and they got him. Bye-bye, my friend.
Yeah. By the way, I really like this illusion from Shadow Servant on the Shadow Demon. Like, this illusion sometimes does so much. Especially, let's say in this game, if you manage to kill Medusa. I mean, if you manage to kill Medusa, you're probably winning the team fight anyway. But getting an illusion of hers could also be very, very nice.
Mid lane, they're pressuring the tier 1 tower here. Sumail does find the tornado onto Larnov, into the calling as well. So they have the silence, they have the cold snap, do they have the damage? GH finds the disruption, but there's going to be Soulbind, double chain frost. TA as well as the Muerta getting eviscerated by the ice, but at the same time, Noob showed up, got the Doom out onto Larnov. They kill off the Earth Spirit. Sumail going to be the next one to fall in this engagement. The Hawk has now shown up, sent back by the Deadshot. Cannot continue his pursuit of Noob. Panto, though, manages to find the Sinister Gaze, dragging the Doom back into the engagement. They surround him. They should be able to kill him. And there's not enough demonic poisons onto Lich to kill him off. Even with the dead shot from Omar, almost got him. And GH, he found one more errant shadow poison. Gets the kill onto Panto. Unfortunately, they still lost all of their cores and their tier 1 tower in the mid lane.
Yeah, 3 cores, tower. That's absolutely not worth it. And once more, they're demonstrating just how strong Lich's ulti plus Soulbind is. Yeah, look at that damage from the Lich. Just funny. By the way, TA and Invoker, both of them died because of that ult. I love how Miracle just tried to hide and meld. Maybe they don't have detection, boys. Maybe it's not gonna connect on me.
4,500 damage being dealt by Lich at 14 minutes seems fair and balanced.
Absolutely. Like you asked about the pipe on Doom, I feel like they just might need it. But let's say you have a pipe, that damage still kills you. Like the ulti is, the double Lich ult is just way too strong.
Yep. While on the bright side, Invoker will eventually have Manta style, so that's gonna help a little bit.
Radiant are scanning.
Right now, though, Nigma Galaxy, they want to try and take a fight. Tornado EMP out onto TA2000, and my god, this Medusa is dying so damn fast. Nobody nearby her to help her out. 1J now showing up to the fight, but they have the disruption onto the Hawk with the cold snap. Maybe they want to pursue this engagement. Sumail gets soulbound, but nobody's nearby him to share the spells. So Nigma Galaxy just get a fast one over CHIMERA Esports and get away with it for free.
At the moment he got soulbound, he got away. They have too much control of him. It's just soulbound. Run away. Don't get ulted by Lich. Doom?
Doom does get deployed onto the Bristleback inside the triangle. They're chasing him around on the backside of the fight. There's a Chain Frost, Sinister Gaze out onto GH. GH is sharing the Chain Frost with the Ancient Creeps. Noob forces TP out as GH will end up falling. Man, Panto, dude, relax. It's only a game of Dota, brother. Lich is still traumatizing for my boy Lizard. You don't have to play it this well. You might convince him to play it again.
He's got Blink and he's got...
Dude, he uses the Blink
Sumail,
right now
maybe.
to go on to Sumail. Sumail, though, amazing Hurricane Pike forward to get away from the rest of the initiation. If he doesn't Hurricane Pike there, Larnov catches him and kills him for sure.
Yep, it's a nice Pike play. He's Panto going for the Shard next. And Noob maybe should reconsider his Doom targets for the future. Like, if you're going on Bristle, you need more players around you to get him. Panto, however, could be a kill if he didn't have a Blink.
He blinks away, gets the D ward. Probably still gonna die here though, but as a position 5 Doom, dying under such
Dahak?
circumstances is okay, but for Dahak, dying here would not be fine. You walked underneath an observer ward, so they know exactly where he's at. He only has a Vanguard Soul Ring, but they still feel afraid of committing fully into him. Soulbind on the 2. There goes Laranov into the engagement. Gets the Magnetize out. They're trying to progress onto Sumail, but unfortunately, they can't do it because Miracle is piercing their backlines, destroying their heroes. Him and Sumail have already killed 1J. Sumail will not take over to the Magnetize. Chimera Esports really overplayed their hand. The situation looked decent, but they just did not have the heroes to pull it off without the Medusa.
I don't think it's the Medusa. They didn't have the Lich. You're forgetting yourself.
The real
Without
carry,
the
my
Lich,
bad.
the real carry, you cannot. But you know what? I'm actually being a little bit serious.
Radiant are
Medusa bottom. Actually, GH catches her and Doom is nearby.
Oh, she's fine.
She's
She
fine.
has Stone Gaze. She's alright.
Yeah, but yeah, if Lich is in these fights and you get that Soulbind off on a target or two, you're probably winning that fight. If Panto is dead, you're probably not winning a fight, and that's it. That's it for Chimera at the moment. And this is all fine and nice until BKBs come online. Once BKBs are up on the cores of Nigma, I think this game drastically changes.
Yeah.
You're playing versus mostly magic damage right now.
What they need is Aghanim Scepter on Grimstroke to take this TA form ASAP. And yep, he Qs it literally as we speak. Ag's queued up right now. He knows the kind of danger that they're in. And they're smoked up, him and the gang, hoping to find some of these Nigma targets. Unfortunately, they just don't have the appropriate wards to catch these heroes out. This is a blind smoke, but they maybe might catch GH, but might not be worth it. They ping back towards the triangle right now. They're getting here at the last moments of Miracle's farming pattern. I don't know about this. They go up. The ward is there. Soulbind is out onto these heroes. Beautiful tornado from Invoker. Catches the Lich as well. So there will not be a Soulbind Chain Frost. That literally saves the fight. Dude.
Absolutely. Perfect tornado.
Yep. And the fight's not over just yet. Maybe. Lich coming in. Gets the Sinister Gaze out onto this Muerta. Drags her back in. Chain Frost bouncing onto the illusions. Omar should end up dead. Laranov with the magnetized damage. Able to finish her off.
TA 2000, they see him. They know where he is.
They do indeed. He doesn't get off the Stone Gaze just yet. It will come out now, but it's coming as he's already lost all of his mana. The team can rejoin him. They find the Sinister Gaze out onto Miracle. Miracle getting jumped on. The Doom did not go onto the Medusa, so they need to try and get Miracle out of here. Disruption saving him for now, but he will still end up dead. Doom, in the meantime, able to help finish off TA 2000. GH credited for that kill. Dahak, as his Doom finishes, he's still alive in the middle of this fight. Panto jumping off with the Frost Blast to bring down Noob. Dahak is somehow still alive, running in on the backside of this fight, dodging the dead shot. Looks like this engagement might be over. Sumail's Tornado will miss. Nigma Galaxy will end up trading 2 for 2. They do find themselves on the back end of their net worth lead, and unfortunately for them, Panto yet again owning a team fight.
Yeah, Panto just being a beast. This last fight, even without Chain Frost, he was there to finish off the Doom. By the way, that Shadow Servant from Shadow Demon did a lot. Like, you couldn't fight after that illusion spawned from Medusa, so they were kind of forced to back out. And they actually could have caught the Bristle if they wanted to. There was a pike on Sumail ready, but Sunstrike, he tried matching the Tormentor right now. But yeah, he didn't want to use the pike and put himself way too far out.
You were doing very well. I'm very proud of you.
What a fun game of Dota this is.
It truly is. Like, game number 1 and the second game have been a pleasure to watch.
Shallow gold lead in favor of Chimera Esports. CA 2000 wants to get Butterfly right now. I mean, there will be an MKV eventually, but unfortunately, unlike in the previous game, Miracle does have to stop over for the Silver Edge to help deal with the Bristleback. So that's going to curtail the amount of time before the MKV.
Hear me out. Hear me out, Snare. Let me theory craft a bit. Your Medusa dies on Radiant, right? And because she's dead, or even if she doesn't die, she gets disrupted by Shadow Demon, let's say. And the illusion sounds are spawned. What you do, you buy an Aghanim Zone Grimstroke, and you create the illusion of that Medusa. And now you have an even stronger Medusa on your team.
Okay, so you go like Butterfly Skadi on the Medusa, get disrupted, and then you get
Absolutely.
the I see.
Absolutely. Yeah. Because you can use it on the enemy illusions as well.
Oh, dude, that's the best. I love that. I actually love that. I hope that's actually what happens in this game.
Because I'm just looking at who else do you go for, and TA is like it's a good. Don't get me wrong, it's definitely.
We'll talk about it in a
good.
second. Sumail gets revealed underneath a whole bevy of CHIMERA esports heroes. Loranov
Loranov.
closing the gap, activates the BKB, magnetized. Sumail falling very low, but they do get the demonic purge out onto the Earth Spirit. He's forced to retreat. There's the soul bind. Where's the chain frost? The real carry is coming closer. He got silenced though by Miracle. The Aghanim shot of the TA saving the fight for Nigma. Still though, they're all trying to run. TA2000 gets disrupted inside this crevice here. Noob still falling very low. Will end up dying to the right clicks of TA2000.
Omar in the back.
And the fight's not over. Omar trying to at least close things down. Get some kill on the back lines. Not going to be able to do so. Now all of a sudden Sumail's in trouble. Chain Frost off the Ice Fire. It's going to kill him. Panto 9, 6, and 7 remains the kill leader in the game, who somehow Lizard has been involved in 16 of his team's 17 kills.
Yeah, this is basically 90%. Look, I'm not taking anything away from him. He's playing really damn well on Lich. But I have to cry a little bit because this is every Lich game in pubs right now. Like, this hero is so strong. And he is just playing it to perfection. Very nicely done. What did he buy? Did he buy himself a shard in the end? He had a lot of gold.
He did. Yeah, he did.
He did, yeah.
He also has, wait, click on him quickly. There we go. Look at the shards
I know,
queued.
yeah. He's got like he had like 7 shards queued up. Now he's got only 6.
Oh, 4K gold lead right now for CHIMERA. TA2000, Butterfly, and he is indeed building into the Eye of Skadi immediately afterwards. This is not just good for the 3 aircraft we were mentioning earlier, but Invoker, Doom, these heroes rely quite a lot on their regen, on their HP pools in the middle of the fight, so disabling that with the Skadi makes it so much better.
Absolutely. By the way, is Doom missing an item or is this his inventory? I feel like he might be missing something on a courier, like a BKB. I find it hard to believe that he is without a BKB at this point.
Yeah, especially with his net worth, right? 11k
Yeah,
net worth,
and
it doesn't make sense.
I actually think the courier carried his BKB in that last fight, and I saw one courier just being AFK. In any case, the Hawk loses all his mana, but doesn't die.
Fine. Alright, the 1J might not be fine though. There will be a nice Ink Swell, unfortunately an even better Melt Strike. Miracle cleaning up the Grimstroke. Alright, let's see. If there was a BKB on this fight, they might have... Oh my god, there actually is a BKB on the courier.
Because I saw the way he was moving and the way he went into the pool area made no sense. Like, it only made sense if he has an item like a BKB or Blink flying out to him and he's waiting for it. But nothing was coming to him because the courier was literally just sitting there AFK and it got killed by a Medusa. So, unfortunate for him, but this happens to a lot of players. Like, couriers, they have a mind of their own.
Top lane,
They just
Miracle.
do random stuff.
Yeah, there was a Chain Frost out on top of him, but does manage to get away.
Ooh.
Sinister Gaze already expired, so they can't catch him out.
That Gorgon's grasp was really close, though.
Speaking of Gorgon's Grasp, it might be needed in the top lane, but no, Noob gets away, he's fine. So talk to me about where this game state is right now. Who is feeling more happy as mid lane? 1J should die here. They might not get out of this clean though, because Loranov shows up on the backlines, happy to drop the magnetize onto GH. They're able to get the kill. 1J with the
Medusa,
illusion
though?
from beyond the grave, able to get the kill on GH.
Medusa with that age is just standing her ground against Doom and TA for now. Sumail is here,
she
though.
Does have Stone Gaze. She does have an Aegis. This is not easy. Panto getting the Stone Gaze out onto Sumail, dragging the Invoker back into the fray. Beautiful Deafening Blast onto both of them, though. And there is still no Chain Frost for another 15 seconds. Miracle ending up with the kill onto Panto for now. Omar falling lower and lower, should end up losing his life, but they might find revenge. Noob getting the Doom out onto Loranov. They want this Earth Spirit. They will get him. Miracle with the double kill on the Temporal Assassin. TA2000. Oh, nice little dodge. Butterfly, baby. Good item. Miracle can't get the damage out onto him.
Yeah, he had no mana for like 90% of that fight, but they just didn't commit on to the Medusa. The Medusa, they understand that she's got Aegis, and of course the Butterfly saved her like 2 or 3 times. All those melt hits they missed. They desperately need an MKB.
Yep. Even prioritizing that over and above getting the Silver Edge. Miracle has completely changed the item build. MKB, dataless, wants to be able to kill this Medusa in the scat moments they have of Disable onto her.
Dire's middle tower.
But Medusa and the gang will smoke up though. Medusa and the 2 supports heading out. They want to make sure that they still use the last vestiges of this Aegis. They don't have the best vision down bottom. Panto, the real carry. Can he find the initiation? He does. He gets on top of Miracle. Forces the BKB out of the CA, but it was before the Soulbind. Nonetheless, here comes Larnoff on the backlines. Able to close down the TA. They ensure that the Shadow Demon dies as well. It's a double kill for TA2000, but all the work was done by Panto and 1J in that engagement.
It's just so easy. It's just so simple for them to get these kills. Meanwhile, on Nigma, you have to... I don't know, you have to write an essay. You have to prepare so much and so well to approach these fights from different angles. And if you're a Chimera, jump in with Lich, use Sinister Gaze, then you can use Chain Frost, because for some reason you can cast through channeling. So you initiate, plus you have all the damage from the Lich.
I still can't believe how clean Panto's initiations are with his Blink Dagger and the Sinister Gaze. It's kind of amazing, honestly.
Yeah, because back in the day you had to worry about the succession of your spells, but you no longer have to worry about it with Lich, because you just jump in and you instantly Sinister Gaze, and then you can cast all your other spells through it, because all the you don't break Sinister Gaze when you cast other spells, when you cast Chain Frost and Ice Spires. So. It's kinda crazy, and he's buying Refresher next. I mean, I really like this. I feel there's so much power in this hero, as he should.
My homie's been involved in 19 kills out of their 21. What a boss, dude. Like, him and 1J actually have the same kill involvement. It's kind of incredible.
He's single-handedly not only doing so much damage, he's forcing a different item style from Nigma. Like, if not for this Lich, maybe Miracle goes for an instant MKB instead of a BKB. But he's just forced to go for a BKB. Like, both him and Doom had to get it. And Sumail, you can see like 3 BKBs being purchased.
Oh, man. Smoke up by Chimera. It's the 2 supports. The real carries yet again. They are sitting behind Dahak, who's going to open up the engagement by just leading his life forward. Larnoff misses the roll, and the dead shot pushes him back, but there it is. Soulbind, double Chain Frost! Oh my god! Omar and Noob deletes it from the map. Double kill for Panto. Sumail and Miracle forced back to the base with their tail between their legs. A TP out from the Invoker. Miracle just trying to run away, but nothing you can do against the real heavy hitters on this map right now.
Yeah, this Belarus combo is way too strong between the 2 supports. Maybe he could have popped his BKB. He had some time to do it, but possibly opted not to because he dies anyway. Miracle trying to creep skip here.
Okay, part of the problem is that you're still really far away from the MKB. Wait, top?
Look at Panto.
Does Panto see him? Panto? Doesn't have Ghost Scepter, so Panto should die here. The question is, can they get Miracle on the back of this? Miracle trying to escape. They get the illusion out. That's the Dark Portrait. They have the vision. They force out a BKB charge. He will TP out, but if I'm Panto, position 5 Panto, helping to force out a full BKB on a TA? Hell yeah, baby.
Well, he did feed a lot of gold. I have to say that, right? Like, 700 gold for 7 seconds BKB. Maybe you're fine with that, if you're Miracle, you know?
This is bigger. TA2000.
Yep.
Caught, doomed. No BKB, no Aegis, no options, no life.
Damn,
He's
she's
gonna die,
destroying
but he's
them.
standing his ground. Look how much damage CA2000 is doing. He's actually gonna live. Noob is actually gonna be the first one to end up dead. Omar ends up falling
He lives.
next. CA2000 survives 50 HP, even dodges the additional damage. He does get silenced by the TA trap, but well worth it. Oh my god, I thought he was dead for sure, but TA2000, a little bit too big. And yet again, we come back to the big problem. Where is the Bloodthorn? Where is the MKB? Where is the evasion pierce for Nigma Galaxy?
Yeah, he just stood his ground. They absolutely couldn't kill him. Insane. Sumail should know that someone is around because of the courier. Should catch 1J here, but see if he can actually kill him. Oh, the bash!
No way, dude.
Dude.
No way, dude. No, that did not just happen. That did not just happen. That did not just happen.
Oh my god, I'd be so pissed.
That did not just happen, bro.
Absolutely insane.
That did
Roshan
not just
goes
happen.
out and just first it bashes him.
Bro.
Sometimes the
That's
game
one
just
of those
turns
moments
against you.
where you're just like, yup, Gaben hates me. You know, it's like when you play, I don't know if you ever play FIFA, but there's sometimes you play FIFA and you just feel like the game engine itself is just deliberately making you lose. This is one of those situations, man.
That's one of the excuses that I hear very often, but okay. I'll take it. Yeah, crazy. I know exactly what you mean. Absolutely insane. Like, just not only did Roshan go on him, he also gets first hit bashed. That's just sad.
Yeah.
He needed one extra hit, most likely, and he can get out. Maybe pike himself away, but
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Also, because the Roshan came so close, the initial bouncers were directly on top of him. Didn't even need the Ice
Shadow
Fire.
Demon.
Shadow Demon.
Oh, yeah, he's like, yeah, he's fine. Okay.
Gonna be okay. They are putting pressure onto this, and they do manage to destroy the Roshan's banner thanks to Shadow Demon illusions. Nonetheless, though, TA2000 and the gang poking at the high ground. Tier 3 tower falling lower and lower. The entire
They have
complement of
MKB.
Nigma is here. They need to try and defend this, and they do have the MKB, but because they have the MKB, they don't have buyback lists.
Gotta be a bit careful, but
Dark, dead shot.
Oh.
There's a lot of damage. Look at that miracle. Bursting through Dahak. And they managed
the
to force
Sunstrike.
away the rest of CHIMERA.
yeah, the Sunstrike, unfortunately for them, does not connect. Can they catch anyone? That's the question. Like, you could maybe blink with Miracle and Trap, slow someone.
They did get the slow onto TA2000. Noob does have a blink on his Doom, but you don't necessarily want to fully blink onto the
misses.
Medusa. He blinks forward, recognizes the target is a bad one, doesn't commit the spell. Tornado flying forward, only catching onto 1J for now. Noob still standing his ground. Sunstrike will connect this time around, removing the Aegis from play. Nigma Galaxy should be happy with their proceeds here. Back off, and indeed they do. That's a wonderful defense from Nigma Galaxy.
Yeah, a very nicely timed that shot, turning the bristle back around, making sure that they can't help him with the calling. Omar played that defense very nicely. And of course Miracle with the MKB finally dishing out some serious damage.
Lizard?
Yes,
I
sir.
think we have a game on our hands.
Yeah, I definitely believe so too. Top lane, they're smoked up, and Earth Spirit is around. They might see him on this trap. Let's see if he goes over it. Yeah, he actually instant roll.
He is chilling with the gem. The investment being done on CHIMERA actually smoked up with him. They're drawing a circle over the dire triangle. Unfortunately, there is nobody home. So this aggression is not going to result in much. They could kill GH, but dude, how is this guy's game sense still so good? He gets out, he still gets grabbed though by Panto. They're going to jump him. They're all going to kill him, but
That's a good
now there
chase
might
there.
be
Thank
a
you.
chance. That's my bad. That's my bad. That's on me. Costa's curse too strong. That's my fault.
Yeah, they gotta be careful because he was a really big part of their defense as well. Like the double cleanse, also just getting disruption on Medusa meant quite a lot when it comes to the damage department. Those illusions hurt.
Tier 3 tower will now eventually fall.
Has fallen.
Mid lane is exposed right now. TA2000 might not have access to an Aegis, but still has a Daedalus, BKB, Butterfly, Manta, Skadi, and a Dandelion Amulet. So very
he's
strong. And there is the Soulbind. Where's the Chain Frost? Panto throws it out. Look at the damage go between Sumail and Miracle. Both of them forced back to the fountain, but they're not going to get there. Disruption required from GH just to save the life of Miracle. He does blink back to safety, and Sumail forces him to bind back. He throws out the tornado, misses onto absolutely everybody, unfortunately. And there's still an illusion from the TA heading onto the tier 3 tower, onto the racks, excuse me. So they kill Lich, they buy back on Sumail, and they force them out of the base, but that was an expensive hold from Nigma Galaxy.
What's crazy that even with the BKBs, like usually versus this combo, once you get the BKBs, the combo is useless. But even with the BKBs, they can't live. Like the damage is too high. It's just absolutely insane. So with this buyback, what do they have to do? They have to get an objective going for them. Sumail is trying to get something, but just a very disciplined move by Chimera, moving backwards, protecting each other.
The worst part about this combination is that the cooldowns aren't even that long.
Yeah,
It's like, what,
absolutely.
80 seconds for the Lich. He's about to hit level 18, so it's going to be a solitary minute. For the Grimstroke, also about to hit level 18. So even better Soulbind for the full 8-second duration.
I mean, this Grimstroke, he has a
They
Hex
jump
now
in the
as
base.
well.
Sumail, this is a dieback. Sumail on the Invoker cannot afford to die here, but it doesn't
Nope.
really matter what he can afford. He will still end up losing his life. No Invoker for another 95 seconds. Oh my goodness. How do you hold without the team fighter that Sumail provides?
Yeah, you probably lose at least 2 sides. Defending without EMP is, I don't know, probably impossible. Let's see what they do.
Trying with the disruption illusions. Unfortunately, the tech you were mentioning earlier, it wasn't a joke, my friend. 1J was paying attention. And yeah, here they are. Tier 3 tower about to end up falling. It's gone. They're moving for more. They get the Soulbind out onto Miracle. They dump onto him. It will connect onto GH as well. He was trying to save him with the disruption. Only ends up dooming himself. Miracle will end up living. Noob with the BKB might not be so lucky. Chain Frost bouncing on top of him with the TA2000 right-click damage. He ends up losing his life, and so does Omar. Nigma buyback on GH. They buy back on Noob. But as they buy back, they will witness the range racks already falling, and the melee racks are about to follow them. How on earth can they do this? All their strongest heroes are still in the grave. Oh, Panto gets Sinister Gaze out onto Miracle. It does get cancelled out though. Miracle able to blink away to safety. But TA2000 still feeling resolutely strong, holding his ground, standing firm, standing forward, beating onto the tier 4 towers. 15 seconds before we have Sumail available in the mix. Sinister Gaze
Miracle.
now out onto Miracle. He does manage to blink back. Refraction still a very strong spell. Tier 4 tower though has fallen. The second one is under siege. What can they do here? They get the Soulbind back out onto Miracle. GH yet again saving his life. Disruption out onto the TA. Secondary Soulbind is there, but she does make her way towards the fountain. GH not so lucky. Right click down by TA2000. Wicked sick by the Medusa, and no Shadow Demon for 70 seconds, Liz. Hex
Yeah,
out
the Hex.
from the blink. 1J
Oh,
able to
they
find the
got him
Temporary
again.
Assassin. They get the stuns out. Forced off towards the fountain. Sinister
They
Gaze
got
though
him.
pulls her back with the Chain Frost. It's gonna be enough to kill the TA.
That's game.
No buyback for her. They're gonna try their best. Doom gets the Doom spell out onto the Medusa, but still dies. The Chain Frost, by some miracle, is still going from Pantomime. They're able to get another kill onto Omar, onto Noob. Sinister Gaze onto the Invoker. He's gonna die inside his own fountain, and GG will finally be called. We are finally, at long last, going to a game number 3 as Chimera Esports make the comeback and put Nigma Galaxy in the grave.
Just a masterclass by Chimera Esports and their supports. I would say Panto together with One. If you ever get to it, I don't know if that's the build that you want to go for, honestly. I think the way you solve the storm issue is with itemization from Monkey and Lycan, and maybe you get a Hex on Coral. way down the line. And I'm not sure what Omar is getting, because you don't necessarily see a lot of Jakiro, and you definitely don't see a lot of position for Jakiro. Maybe the solution is all about the lane, actually, even. Maybe the lane is going to be so difficult, but you're playing... So they're playing Jakiro into Oracle. Oracle with a Purge can be annoying to play against.
It's not just the Purge, brother. It's the Fate's
Yeah, I
Edict.
see.
Macropire does nothing.
It's cool and fire. Yeah, I mean,
Well,
hey, we're the best. This community has the best puns.
Imagine if you had BKB.
oh, I just realized something as well that could also potentially present a problem for Nigma. One of the best tools to help deal with both Muerta and the Night Stalker are Force Staffs. But Jakiro and Coddle don't necessarily want to buy Force Staff as their first overall item. Does that change in this game, given the two enemy heroes?
I mean, you can get forces. So, I feel like on Coddle it might be even a core item to go for, one of the core items.
30 seconds to battle.
It's not the worst. Versus the Night Stalker, of course, right? So I wouldn't mind seeing it. Some glimmers, forces, solar crests, drums, all the standard. Maybe a Yules on Omar as well. But the Jakiro should, on paper, be a very good answer to the TA, and if he buys the Yules, maybe even to Storm Spirit for the Yules into Ice Bat.
We'll
The
see.
battle
Right now,
begins.
Chimera, they want to try and find a first blood, hopefully. They're going to fail in that endeavor, though. But they still, yet again, get 3 bounties. No first blood this time, but somehow, despite going on a 3-hero smoke adventure, they still get the positioning advantage.
Yeah, at least this time around they don't get the first blood. That's
brother, look top.
That's different.
No. That's not true. That's not true.
GH.
Look top. They're
GH.
waiting. They sprung the trap. GH held in place by the Fortunes there. Deadshot pushes him towards the rest of the team. And they will find the first blood going towards the Hawk on the Night Stalker.
He's just getting first blood after first blood every single game almost. Game number 1, he got it on Dawn. Last game, I believe it wasn't him that got the kill, but
It was
he was
Panto.
involved. Yeah.
The real carry got the first blood last time.
Yeah, that's true. So who gets the first blood has to carry the game. That's how it goes, right? Omar?
He's fine.
Absolutely.
Well, here we are. Game number 3, the finale. This mid lane. Okay, is there any possibility of anything interesting happening before level 6 here?
Maybe with some rotation, like we might see a kill. Or maybe if one of them oversteps. Because Sumail got to level 2 much. Like his levels are a bit quicker. But I doubt that we'll see a massive difference early on the mid lane.
Down bottom we have Omar. This is not something I wasn't necessarily expecting. I knew GH was going to play the Coddle, but I didn't expect they're going to put the Coddle 5 in Jakiro 4. So what's the difference between playing Jakiro 4 and Jakiro 5?
I mean, currently in the state of Dota, in general, there isn't really a big difference between a 4 and a 5, so you both should get levels, you both should get enough farm. With Jakiro, like, this isn't a hero that varies quite a lot in item builds. We'll see what he goes for. You can go for full utility, you can go for some Yules as well. I'm not sure if Aghanim's on him is that valuable this game.
Oh, speaking of
Lycan.
Aghanim's down bottom. Lycan in trouble. Lycan about to die. And Noob will suffer the final right click from TA2000. Playing his signature TA, of course. We didn't even talk about this. And like TA2000 on TA is GG, bro. Don't even need to play this game. Just forfeit right now, Nigma. There's no way out of this one.
Yeah, they did give him... they did give him his signature, but we have some other signatures in the game, of course, as well. So we'll see if it kind of evens out with GH Coddle.
Yep. Things not looking so solid for Nigma Galaxy in the bottom lane. However, it's not all doom and gloom, because if you look towards the top side of the map, Miracle is getting a lot of farm, but Miracle's in a little bit of danger right now. He's fine. Get some more mana from GH. He's farming
Omar
away.
down bottom.
And Omar, he's
very
falling
close.
lower and lower. Almost about to die, but he's fine. He's fine. He's fine.
Yeah, that nighttime vision helped him. If they had vision, Oracle most likely finishes him off with Purifying Flames. He might still die if he's not careful. Panto? Ooh, he's so close. Of course, we don't see it, but he doesn't have enough vision on the Jakiro there, so...
Top lane, Miracle now in danger, getting ran on by Dahak and 1J. I was about to ask about how well this lane is going for this Bristleback, but that question had taken on a very different tenor since Dahak finds the kill with the help of 1J. Bristleback goes down.
And this is an old school combo as well, by the way. Like the Bristle plus Coddle, so I maybe expected them to do a bit better. Sumail mid.
Sumail? Oh, Panto! Alright, this guy. Alright, no matter what, Liz, I don't care what you say. At the end of this game, at the end of the series, this is my MVP, no matter what.
No, absolutely, he's been playing very well. 4-0, by the way, and they're snatching some stacks as well in the Dire jungle. Once again, they're really stepping it up in the early stages of the game. Like, what changes here maybe is later on when Noob gets to play around his shapeshift. He's actually going for Helm of Dominator. Like, out of all the builds, this is the one that it's not that I dislike it, I see it the least, maybe. In the last couple of games.
Still a ways from it. Once that item, we will see. I also don't see it all that often anymore. But perhaps Noob understands this tech better than we do. Gonna have a stack in front of him stolen as Larnov still just playing into Sumail. Two of them just chilling. Larnov is being massively out CS by Sumail, but did get that kill earlier, so that will normalize the net worth between the two of them.
What do you think about Pack Leader, by the way?
Hey, he went Pack Leader instead of Alpha Wolves?
He didn't go for Alpha Wolves.
Okay.
Is this... Is this the play? Like, I mean...
Okay, personally, I feel like if you go Alpha Wolves, you can go for the Helm. I don't know how I feel about Helm of the Dominator plus the Pack Leader. That feels a little bit like strange to me.
Well, wait, critical strike bonuses are applied to all units under Lycan's control. It makes sense to go Dominator with Pack Leader, I think, right? It's the other way around.
No, but you don't get the hamstring though. I feel like if you go Helm of the Dominator with the hamstring, that allows all your units to like you demolish your target like much faster than you do with Pack Leader.
Yeah, perhaps. I'm not sure. I'm really not spamming a lot of Lycan at the moment, but every single game where he looked strong, to me at least, it seemed like he's strong because of the Alpha Wolf facet. It's just like these wolves are invis, they're running around, dealing an insane amount of damage, killing supports on their own. Oh, they might steal these stacks from GH. Lorenov is here with DD, yeah. GH sees it even.
Baby. Yep, nothing he can do. He's gonna try and channel the Illuminate, maybe get a creep or two. He does get two of them. That's not bad. He got the Central Conqueror and the Dark Troll Summoner, but loses the Warpine Raiders. What can you do?
Yeah, he got a couple of Skellies, but nothing really great. Storm Spirit having the time of his life in this dire jungle. Not punished, but there is a rotation by a lonely range creep going down bottom.
Very suspicious creep. Noob unfortunately already almost dead. 8 of Fortune's in. Thankfully, Omar was there with the Ice Path, and now here they come. Sumail jumping in with the Primal Spring. TA2000 falling lower and lower, held in position, but they don't have the stuns. We talked about this in the draft, and now it comes home to roost. They can't kill the TA, but they still nonetheless get the kill on the Oracle. Not a worthless rotation, but they were hoping for a little bit more.
Yeah, definitely needed that kill on the TA. But, like you said, saving Lycan has some worth, and also killing the Oracle, who's been doing quite a lot in all of these games.
Omar in the river. Does get the ice pot down onto Larenov, who does not get the illusion rune. Gets stolen away by Omar. Omar still ends up falling, however. And Sumail, look how low his HP is. The boundless strike came before the Jingoos, Liz. So he should end up dead. Wonderful blinding light from GH. I'm not sure if this will save him. He does get the lifesteal now on the high ground. What a miracle being provided by Gandalf on GH.
Yeah, very nicely done. But what do you think about Purifying Flames instead of Fate's Edict? Would he have fallen if Panto did it that way? I feel like he could have maybe even killed him. Right? Yeah. Like he was so
level
damn
3,
low.
right?
Yeah, when he used Fate's Edict, so Monkey doesn't heal from his right clicks, I felt like he could have just... But yeah, maybe the raindrop or something I'm not seeing. Bottom lane, Noob. Really
he fell low on the Lycan, but the Omar TP. After what happened last time with the ice path, putting them into mortal danger, they're like, you know what, we'll let you go. But they still probably feel good about forcing the Lycan into not being able to participate in the lane. Very low on the network charts. In fact, bottom of all the cores in this game.
Yeah, it's not only forcing the Lycan, it's forcing the TPs. Omar had to TP down there, so whatever he's doing, he needs to go down back bottom. Larenov has rotated too, and so is Panto.
But so is Sumail. They do get the Fate's Edict out onto Sumail. Ice Path will not connect, or Electric Vortex will be there. Sumail should fall shortly, and indeed he does. Larenov still has some mana, couldn't decide to dive forward. He does indeed, finds GH with the help of the Hawk. Happy to run forward with the Crippling Fear. It is nighttime. Larenov with the double kill on the Storm Spirit. Dark Ascension and enabling this Night Stalker to get the chase.
Now this game, I said it in game number 1 as well, but this one is looking really rough. Lycan not having Dominator yet. Your stacks being stolen left, right and center. Larenov goes for another set of stacks. He has very low mana though.
Still though, they managed to get quite a lot of these. Only 2 Warpine Raiders and a Thunderhide left, but now Ice Path onto TA2000. You might want to chase onto him. Unfortunately, the Oracle is right there, so he is A-OK at the moment. These Wolves chasing onto Panto.
I mean, they're doing
not going to be enough to hold him in position just yet. Sumail wanting to close down onto TA2000. They're doing damage onto the Templar Assassin. She does have refraction. She activates it and gets the False Promise. The Hawk closing down some space in the backlines with the Crippling Fear. They still end up losing Panto, and now 2-euro Boundless Strike into a 2-euro Ice Path. They lose TA2000. The Hawk alone and isolated underneath the Tier 2 tower. Although now finally Larenov shows up to try and lend some assistance. He gets himself a double kill, bringing down both of the supports. Sumail stuck now underneath the Tier 2 tower. It turns out Nigma chased a little bit too far. Triple kill for Larenov, 10 galvanized stacks for the Storm Spirit, and a massive turnaround for Chimera Esports.
They had such a massive comeback potential out of that fight. They killed off the TA, they had a nice kill on the Oracle, and then they just push a little bit too far. Larenov seizes the opportunity and just punishes them so hard. Like, it's crazy. By the way, the only and the main reason why they were winning that fight was Noob finally getting level 6. Like, he got level 6, joined the fight with Shapeshift and just ran them down with Warpine Raider and the Wolves. It does make a huge difference, and you could already see it. They just need level 6 on Omar now as well.
There might be a little bit of an engagement here. They want to try and engage on the high ground. Miracle force back is on no HP. GH almost dies as well. He's going to survive. GH, he gets out. Omar, not so lucky.
I mean, Miracle as well. Very lucky. Like, look at him. He ran away with 1% HP as well.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
They got the Tier 1 tower middle. The Hawk just finished the Tier 1 tower in the top lane. The Hawk might die though.
Just a second. I have another question there, right? So you're playing Lycan, right? You don't go top lane. Wait, let's just see this through. Monkey.
Let's see this. Sumail. I think Sumail is dead. 1J is here calling directly onto this Monkey King. Sumail is just gone. Nothing G8 can do to save him.
Yeah. So this is my problem, right? Like, you're playing Lycan and you don't go for Alpha Wolf. That's fine. But Going for Helm of Dominator this game for me. Like at point I questioned it at the beginning, but there's a Night Stalker in the game against.
Yep.
That's a thing that I didn't even consider just now. It's also a problem, right? Like, just he buys that shard and eats your creep immediately.
You've actually got 3 problems. You've got the Night Stalker problem with the shard, Hunter in the night. Wait, bottom lane. We have a fight because Laranov and the gang are heading towards the side of the map. GH was slowed down, but here comes Laranov, zipping in, Vortex to answer GH. They've killed the Coddle. Omar certainly dead as well. So anyway, here's the 3 problems you have, right?
3 problems.
You have Hunter in the night from the Aghanim shard. You have TA Cleave, right, which really does a number onto any kind of army units. And you unfortunately have Panto, who's going to start putting more points into Fortune's End as this game goes on, which is not fun to have when you have non-alpha wolves. You know, visible units trying to chase down these heroes will all get stopped in their tracks by the Fortune's End.
Yeah. They just took their Wisdom Rune without a fight even. 1J getting closer to his Atos as well, so this wolf isn't going to be able to run around. Yeah, I'm not sure, but
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
I feel like just having Alpha Wolves, the Facet, and Orchid would have done a real number on the backlines. You send the Wolves, you go in and you Orchid the Oracle. You can literally solo him, and then you fight all afterwards, but let's see. There are definitely much better players than Omar.
Oh, nice. Omar gets jumped on, gets killed off. 1J gets credited with that kill. They do pop the shapeshift onto Noob. They want to try and chase this around. Panto falling low. Will trigger out. Fate's Edict onto himself. Still has False Promise to lay out. With the calling in the middle lane, there's no way for Nigma to progress past this. The Hawk waiting for his opportunity. It's going to be daytime in 20 seconds, but he does have Dark Ascension. Decides not to die for it for now. They're just happy with keeping their heroes alive and getting the free kill on the Jakiro.
Yeah, Noob.
Oh,
he's actually
Noob.
caught.
Oh my god, Noob. What a zip from Laranov. Alright, tip him. I want to tip him right now. Dude, he had no vision here. He literally just saw, like, from the Psionic traps, the Lycan walking past, intuited that the Lycan was going to TP out, and made the full zip.
Very proud of you.
He had 1 observer on the cliff and 1 underneath the tier 2 tower. But he didn't know if Lycan just started TPing or started running upwards, I think. So, very cool play by Laranov. I wasn't sure if there was a trap on him. There wasn't, right? Like, immediately on the Lycan.
No, they saw him from the secondary trap. They saw him from the ward first, and then he moved just past on the north trap. The one
Yep.
that's at the top of the lip.
Just a very good zip and a very good pick off. Just keeping Monkey and Lycan famished.
Dire's
Like, these
bottom
two,
tower is under attack.
the Wolf and the Monkey, are just not getting
Dire
any food.
Yep. Monkey doesn't have an item just yet. Monkey is sitting here with Orbital Corrosion Phase Boots. 16 minutes in, trying to finish off having at least the Maelstrom to be able to farm in this game. And Lycan has Helm of the Dominator, sure, but
This is
still not that
this
far
is
away
a-
from the Overlord.
This is a bad-faced joke, but it's like a zoo in Bosnia. Never
What is
mind.
this in Bosnia like?
The animals are all malnourished.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Feels bad, man.
Oh, man. Man, I haven't heard somebody talk so much trash about Bosnia since, like, Milicevic, you know.
In the 90s, yeah.
I hope nobody in the chat gets that joke. That's a bit too dark, actually.
Yeah. I mean, it's getting dark for Sumail as well. He's going to fall once again. Or yeah, he still will.
Well, he went into the mischief just to make sure that 1J would get the kill. Somehow 1J is second for the second game in a row, second in the kill charts, as they also managed to bring down Omar.
Yeah, this is just a disaster. 18-3, 12k advantage for CHIMERA. Yeah, they definitely showed up in this last game, and you know what? I feel your assessment of the situation from the get-go was the most correct one. These two supports on Keeper and Jakiro, they're just being free food for the Night Stalker to jump them. the trap, scout them, the Night Stalker goes on them, and there isn't really a lot that they can do. Plus, Oracle just completely counters both of these heroes.
Dire's bottom tower
Oracle
is under attack.
is nearby to the team. That's also what's really frustrating, right? For me, the main thing about Oracle, it's like the best Oracle team in the world, for example, Team Liquid. Well, we'll see mid. I know, we'll be fine. Whenever Liquid play with this Oracle, they always do stuff like this, where they'll put the carry in a super dangerous position, but have the Oracle not far behind them. So you have this like really awkward situation, right? It's a catch-22. If I jump the Oracle, TA is going to kill me. If I jump the TA, Oracle saves
Wukong
them.
is
Now they're
nice.
going to try and jump both. Sumail, nice Wukongs, but neither of these heroes died just yet. Instead, GA just forced back into the base by the deep zip in from Laranov. Laranov also dodges the Primal Spring. Very nice.
He dodged
zip away.
everything.
Noob goes in with the ultimate, but unfortunately unable to find anybody. Very nice Fortune's End on the 2. Dahak waiting for an opportunity to jump in. Holding the submit situation, holding the moment, and just waiting for Nigma to retreat. And fortunately for them, Nigma will oblige. Before a jump comes in, they will go away. And unfortunately, though, CHIMERA, they're chasing. They're not going to go for the tier 2 tower. They want to kill. I'm not sure they're going to find it, Liz.
Well, there's no wolf form, right? They do get the courier, but yeah, it seems like that's gonna be it. If you're Nigma, you're basically just hanging on and waiting for a miracle to come online completely. He's got his axe, but he's not really there yet. One extra item that definitely can come in handy is the Orchid on Lycan that he did complete in the end, by the way. He didn't go for Overlord, he
Dire's
decided not
structures
to,
are fortified.
but he can't be a part of this next fight. He has no form. The Hawk?
Smoked up, looking for the fight regardless. The Hawk. Oh, Boulder Strike does not connect. And unfortunately, as we discussed in the drop, that's pretty much their primary form of initiation. If the Boulder Strike misses, the fight is over.
You were doing very well. I'm very proud of you.
Radiant
It's
are scanning.
kind of hard for them if they don't smoke and initiate. It's hard for them to find a pickoff because there's a gem on Radiant and they're just deleting all the wards. There are traps everywhere across the map.
Tower has
No,
fallen.
I would even say that it's next to impossible for them to find an easy pickoff.
Radiant's
right
top
now.
tower is under attack.
They're going to have their Tormentor stolen now. The Aghanim shot will be given towards Panto. Oh my god, dude. They give it towards Panto. Dude, Raid of Destiny in a game where the enemy team doesn't have burst damage outside of the Bounder Strike. My god, Raid of Destiny is going to be so good.
It's definitely a much better shard to get than the one on Muerta, right? So
Oh, bottom lane. They're actually going on to Sumail. Sumail? Monkey King? Is getting solo killed? Laranov? Actually just solos him in the bottom lane.
yeah, he gets the solo kill. Rough stuff. The storm is absolutely massive. 21 galvanized charges, Witchblade, Kaya, and Sanj.
Oh boy, Miracle. I think he's dead
There's
as
a
well.
shard as well.
Gonna get jumped on. Who cares if you have Aghanim Scepter, Aghanim Shard, Vampire Fangs, Power Trades, Bracer. That HP is not gonna help you, my friend. Dead in the blink of an eye, and it barely costs CHIMERA Esports anything.
Yeah, keep in mind that now he just got the shard on Storm. So you get that overload as well to work with.
Radiant's top tower
On
is
top of
under
that, he
attack.
had the Arcane Rune. He's going for Manta next on Storm Spirit, just to make sure that Orchid doesn't really do anything to him.
Dire's
I
middle
think it
tower
works with
has
Overload
fallen.
as well, right? So
Yes, it does. And it's like we talked about in the draft, they don't have any disables, right? It's like, if they had more stuns, if there was some Lion, some Shadow Shaman, he probably feels inclined to go for the BKB, but in this situation, if you have Manta and you're playing properly, you should never actually ever get stunned.
I mean, he's 11-0-5. This is straight into the pit, and can you even contest this? As Nigma, what exactly can you do here? I don't think, like, even if you smoke up and you find an Oracle, I still think you lose that fight.
I mean, you have level 1 Macropire. So, where's the damage? Even if you find like the perfect initiation, right? I'm talking about Dream Fight. Wukong's down, Ice Path down, Macropire down, big Illuminate onto everybody. Like, do you have actually enough damage? I don't think you do with the way things are going right now. They are so behind in experience. Jakiro is level 8, fam. Coddle is level 9. How do you compete with these supports?
Yeah, under-leveled and also under-farmed. Zeus, Storm is tipping bottom. Miracle is caught once again.
He is indeed. He's going to get jumped on. He's going to get killed off. And at this point, there's like zero effort committed. There was like one ultimate. That's it. Just has to use the Pierce the Veil. Honestly, 1J didn't need to do that. He was overzealous in his commitment for that spell.
Yeah, he did do a lot of damage to Storm Spirit, at least. That's something that we can look forward to, I guess, for Nigma. And the amount of damage that Bristle can deal if his back is turned is, of course, still massive.
Dark Ascension triggered. Night Stalker TP swap. Looks like he wants to start a fight here. We'll see the Lycan. Definitely not strong enough to kill him all by his lonesome. We'll still put pressure onto him. Force a TP out. Oh my god, I'm wrong. He actually does have enough damage to kill him alone, forcing him to go home and barely surviving.
Wait, did he cancel one right click? I really think he cancelled one right click on the Lycan. I might be delusional, but it looked that way. And he missed only one right click more that he needed.
Well, Lycan was still forced back. Was made to just consider his fecklessness in the face of this Night Stalker. As they will smoke up from Nigma. Trying to head out from within the base, but they unfortunately have to try and move beyond an Observer Ward on the high ground. A TA with Blink, Hurricane Pike, Deso, and the smoke will break. They see the Bristle back. I'm not going to jump him just yet. However, now the full complement is here. This fight could break out. Jakiro also seen right now. They zip in. Lorinov going straight in for Sumail. Sumail is gone in the blink of an eye. Looks like the Lycan is going to be the next to follow him. They did get the Oracle, but at what cost? Miracle trying to get himself away from this fight. Ice Path beautifully catching 1J as well as the Storm Spirit, but it's not going to be enough. TA2000 free to move around. Omar will die towards the south to Lorinov. TA2000 chasing Miracle. Has Psionic Trap in one moment. Not going to be able to get it in time. But they still make it a 3-for-1 trade. Oh, make it a 4-for-1 trade because they got the Rod of Atos onto GH. Catch him out, kill him off. Miracle cannot defend this by himself, so they're looking at a rain of racks. Oh, maybe not. Look how far away the wave is. The Lycan Wolves, baby, saving the game right now for Nigma Galaxy.
Yeah, they have absolutely no waves pushed. Keep in mind, by the way, this last fight, it went very poorly for Nigma. Keep also in mind that they fought 4v5. Night Stalker was not there. He joined for the last 15 seconds of the fight, and that's it. He didn't have a TP, I believe, so he had to wait for the TP to come off cooldown. And they lose Oracle first, which is what we talked about. It's the perfect way for the fight to start.
Zip in, Miracle, despite having his back.
This last fight, it went very poorly for Nigma. Keep also in mind that they fought 4v5. Night Stalker was not there. He joined for the last 15 seconds of the fight, and that's it. He didn't have a TP, I believe, so he had to wait for the TP to come off cooldown. And they lose Oracle first, which is what we talked about. It's the perfect way for the fight to start.
Zip in, Miracle, despite having his back pointed towards CHIMERA Esports, still loses most of his HP. There's the dead shot pointing back towards CHIMERA. He will die. Doesn't have buyback. Nor does the Jakiro. Both of them are gone. 30 seconds and 45 respectively as Lorinov deep inside the base, able to catch and kill GH. Now soloing Sumail with the help of this Oracle. But thankfully, TA2000 comes in to help him finish it off. Getting a triple kill, finishing off the team fight, and getting the GG call. CHIMERA Esports head into the grand finals as the upper bracket seed by dispatching Nigma in 2-1 fashion.
Yeah, very nicely done by CHIMERA. I shouldn't say nicely. These last two games